Welcome back to the Keeping It Real with KC podcast. I, of course, am your host, KC Phoenix, and I'm doing a collective tarot reading. I'm in the middle of uploading the general readings for March. So I've already uploaded some general readings for March. Today, I plan on uploading some more tomorrow. I've already completed all of the general readings, so those are done. I just have to get them uploaded. So I'll upload them some tomorrow, and I will probably end up uploading one or two on Tuesday as well, I think. I'm trying to remember how many I have left because I stopped at Leo. So Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius. So that's 4. And then Capricorn and Aquarius. So Capricorn and Aquarius will probably be uploaded on Tuesday. All right. So I'm doing what I call an infinity cross. I'm using 2 oracle decks and 2 regular tarot decks. And I'm going to cross everything. There'll be 4 cards at the heart of the matter and then the surrounding energies. One thing I picked up is that for some of you, you may not have a Valentine this Valentine's Day, but you may be pleasantly surprised that you will end up with a Valentine not too long after Valentine's Day, which will strike you as kind of weird. It's like, okay, why didn't I meet you a week earlier type of thing. So yeah, for others of you, you're definitely very happy right now. The Sun card was one of the cards that came out in the pre-shuffle. And somebody or some of you may be taking on a matriarch type role where you may be seen as the matriarch of the family. Again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Just like I say with all the readings. You know your story better than I ever could. I'm just a person sitting here reading the energy and the tarot cards. All right, so I want to hop into this. Also, if you haven't checked out the March readings, feel free to check those out as they're uploaded. We're still in February. All the February readings are up. The general, the love, and the money. Let's get into this collective reading. May I have the energy for the collective? May I have the energy for the collective? What is it that the collective needs to hear? May I have the energy for the collective? What is it that the collective needs to hear? What is it that the collective needs to hear? May I have a few cards, please? Thank you. May I have some more cards, please? Thank you. That's 3. And then I'll put this one at the bottom of the deck. All right, bottom of the deck is service. This came out during the pre-shuffle. There must really be a message here. Okay, it says, you stop using the universe to try and get what you want and start asking love to use you. You offer all and want to be of service. Ironically, many desires become fulfilled without grasping or manipulation. So what this is saying is approaching things in a different way, where some of you might be trying to manifest certain things, as in, how can I bring this into my life? Instead of approaching it from a way, well, how can I bring good energy into someone else's life, if that makes sense? And usually based off of that, like, how can I help people? What can I do to be of service? That brings in usually the things that you are looking for in your life. Now, for me, sometimes my ego gets in the way when it comes to service. Part of the reason is because I feel like I've been to service for people for so many years. And I'm just like, okay, but at the same time, I get where it's coming from. So yeah, first card that came out is solitude. First card that came out is solitude. And it says, once you embrace the inner divine in your own sacred solitude, the right people arrive at the right time, exactly on schedule, without forcing or chasing. So this card is saying that you need to learn to appreciate being by yourself, and you need to learn to appreciate you. And it's amazing how this card was saying that the right people will arrive at the right time after you learn how to appreciate you. And you won't have to force it. You won't have to chase it. It will just happen. It's interesting when I was talking about at the beginning of the reading, for some of you with the Valentine's Day thing, where you may end up meeting someone not too long after Valentine's Day, and then you're like, okay, where were you at before? But the person is arriving right when they're supposed to arrive, is what they're doing. And maybe there was something within you that had to adjust that affected your frequency, where once it was adjusted, it finally brought that person or those people into your life. Again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But what the Solitude card is saying is learning how to appreciate your own company. All right. Heart of the matter. So this is very important. Direction. Heart of the matter is direction. And it says, Lord, please show me the right action right now. Please bring a sign and a miracle that gives clear direction. May I hear the promptings of my own body. And if for some reason I'm about to head the wrong way, please, capital letters, stop me. So direction. A song that's playing through my head right now, it's a gospel song. It's called Order My Steps. You might want to listen to that song. Just type in song Order My Steps, or either gospel song Order My Steps, and I'm sure it'll come up on YouTube. But with this, it's like, you don't want to just go in any direction. You want to go in the right direction. Now, obviously, you can go in any direction because you have free will. And whatever direction you go in will carry you on a journey that will, add to the tapestry of your life. However, you would prefer to go in the right direction, is what you would prefer. So this is just saying, be mindful of that and ask the universe, ask God to guide you in the right direction, to order your steps. All right. And then there's a card buried under this one. Okay, so, wow. And these two cards go together, so I have to read both of them. Okay. I thought it was just one card. So you have self-acceptance, and then you have being enough. Self-acceptance and being enough. These came together. I thought they were one card. I thought it was just self-acceptance. So I have to read these because they go together. Self-acceptance. Nothing is more exhausting than endlessly working on yourself. When you offer your whole being fully to love, self-acceptance arises spontaneously. May I rest in our oneness, dear divine. And then being enough, it says, the innermost heart says, you are enough. Nowhere to go, nothing to get, nothing to change, no need to grow, more deserving. You, yes, you are love. So again, these go together with self-acceptance and being enough. For some of you, you felt like you aren't enough. Maybe with the Solitude card, remember where this is talking about the people coming in to your life. Maybe for some of you, there haven't been that many people in your life right now because you sort of felt by yourself. And you're like, okay, is something wrong with me? Is there a reason why people are not in my life? FYI, there's always a reason for everything, but these are minor details. But some of you are wondering, is there a reason that these people have not come into my life yet? Is there something wrong with me? No, there isn't anything wrong with you. You're growing, is what you're doing. And it's almost like that song, Take Me As I Am or Not At All. And you have to learn to appreciate you. This is going back to the Solitude card, where you have to become comfortable with yourself in order for others to be comfortable with you. If you feel you're not enough, then others may end up feeling you're not enough because they're only going by what you reflect. So, again, I feel there needs to be a tweak in the energy. That is why direction is at the heart of the matter. Because for some of you, you have to figure out how to get on the right frequency where you acknowledge your value. Because again, if you don't know how to acknowledge your value, how will anybody else know how to acknowledge your value? All right, let's go to the other Oracle deck right quick. May I have the energy for the collective? May I have the energy for the collective? Also, some of you are dealing with a broken heart, getting over a broken heart. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. May I have the energy for the collective? What is it that the collective needs to hear? What is it that the collective, something is telling me to take this card. What is it, set it over here, that the collective, wow. When I put it back in there, I did not know what that card was, I promise you. When I did the deck split and then this card was sticking out and something told me to take it, guess what it was? The card that was at the bottom of the deck, the broken heart. Some of you are definitely getting over a broken heart. Valentine's Day might have been very hard for some of you. Also, some of you might have some affiliation with the number 9, meaning that your birthday might be the 9th month of the year, which would be September, or your birthday might be on the 9th, the 19th, the 29th. This is so random, but I'm going to say it because it came to my head. Something said to me, somebody might live in a high-rise condo. Let me know in the comments. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But yeah, bottom of the deck, community. That's what some of you are missing, is community. I also feel like some of you might have been part of a community, but something happened and you aren't necessarily part of that community anymore. Probably because of deceit. Some type of deception that happened. Again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Thank you. This came out in the pre-shuffle too. This is confirming what I'm saying. This is what I was talking about, where I feel some of you are about to run into love after Valentine's Day, like right after Valentine's Day. It would not shock me. Angel of love is at the heart of the matter. Also, something said to me, learning how to love. You need to learn how to love. And then I just heard you need to learn how to accept love too. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And now I'm hearing it all starts with love. I'm hearing so many love things in my head right now. Okay. Thank you. Oh. Don't let the green-eyed monster get you now. So we have envy that came out. Now, some people could be envying you, or you could be envying them. Honestly, I feel like this is you envying them. Where, with this broken heart, I honestly feel Valentine's Day is a big deal. And in my head, I was thinking it already passed. Valentine's Day hasn't got here yet. It'll be here. What's today? Today's the 12th, I think. So what, Tuesday, I guess? Whatever. Valentine's Day is going to be hard for some of you. And this is why you're questioning. Maybe because of this whole broken heart thing. And again, you're wondering, where's my love? This is a different timeline. I've already done a Valentine's Day reading. But it was something totally different. It was drama. Like some Lifetime telenovela drama. So yeah, this is a totally different energy. So this is definitely somebody else's timeline. I really feel somebody feels like they were cheated too with something. Could be love, could be something else, but I feel like someone feels like they were cheated out of something. What's at the bottom of the deck? I didn't even check that. Attachment. Attachment. Some of you are still attached to the past. That's what that is. Some of you are still attached to the past. Let me get this one going. I'm switching to the tarot deck. I'm using the Urban Tarot for those who want to know. All right. Can we clarify the cards on the table? Can we clarify the cards on the table? Also, 9 of Cups and 6 of Cups came out in the pre-shuffle in this deck. So again, I feel like something's going to come in for you. What is it that the collective needs to hear? What is it that the collective needs to hear? What is it that the collective needs to hear? Thank you. Strength. I feel, because technically I guess you could say it fell down in the reverse. I feel like some of you felt your strength wavering. Cabin fever is coming to mind, where the solitude again might be getting to some of you. So your strength may be wavering. Bottom of the deck is the Prince of Cups. In this deck is the filmmaker, is what they call him. But the Prince of Cups is one that brings in an offer. And it deals with emotion. I'm hearing that for some of you, it will be like a movie. Like what you see in the movies when this person arrives. For some of you. For others of you, that community that you're searching for, it may be like a movie where you find people that actually get you and you get them and everybody just gets along. Everyone helps each other. And there's a lot of love where if they're not family, they're like family. Thank you. You really jumped out. Heart of the matter, 3 of Swords. Yeah, there's a lot of hurt here. Sorrow is what it says at the bottom of this deck. This is the sorrow card. Bottom of the deck right now, Ace of Cups. I told you, there's something new coming in. Aces are new, and it's about emotion. I really feel this is going to be unexpected. Whether it's love or whether it's a connection. I'm hearing unexpected connections in my head. May I have another card, please? Okay, wait a second. I prefer for it to fall out, but whatever works. Thank you. Something's saying take this one too. I'm going to take all of these. So, yeah. So these 3 are going to count as 1. That's interesting. The High Priestess. You have the 5 of Cups. And then you have the 7 of Pentacles. Interesting thing about this in this deck is saying failure. But 7 of Pentacles is about investment. It can be about expansion in a way. It's about saving. It can be about being open to new ways of doing things. It can be about preparing to reap a harvest. But this particular one says failure. This is interesting with the 5 of Cups, with the High Priestess. You're not voicing this, but some of you feel like a failure with this 5 of Cups energy. Again, there was something that happened here, especially with this 3 of Swords. So it more than likely involved more than one person. But this is going to fade away. And what I mean by that is there's new energy that is available to you. I feel like there's a lesson that has to be learned. And this is more confirming that. This one is saying luxury. if you see, hold on, let me just, it's the Four of Cups, which Four of Cups usually, and under the Four of Cups is the Ace of Swords. That's truth, and that's another victory card, is what that is. But with the Four of Cups in this particular deck, it says luxury. But also with the Four of Cups, it's usually something being offered, and the person is not taking it because they're more than likely not seeing it, or their arms are so crossed, they don't want to see anything. That's going to be the frequency change. This is where you need direction. You need direction so you can see what is around you and not be stuck in this Five of Cups energy. Because as soon as you get out of that and have direction, this is what appears. The Angel of Love energy. And love doesn't necessarily have to be about romance. It can just be about building a loving connection with someone. All right, let me get my other deck and we'll see what we get. May I have the energy for the collective? May I have the energy for the collective? What is it that the collective needs to hear? May I have the energy for the collective? What is it that the collective needs to hear? What is it that the collective, something told me to take the one on the top, needs to hear? Didn't I tell you there's going to be an offer? What is it that the collective needs to hear? Okay, I got a lot going on here, so I'm going to set those three right there. Heart of the matter, Seven of Swords reversed. I told you there was some type of deception. I don't know who did what. You know better than me. Bottom of the deck, Three of Wands. Your ship's coming in. But also, you see how she has on binoculars? She's using binoculars. Something's telling me that you saw this deception, which is why this solitude came about. But now that you've been in it for a long period of time, you're starting to think, were you wrong? Is there something wrong with me? Also, something just said to me, this isn't just the deception being lifted or you seeing the deception. This is moving into an energy where there is not deception. With the Seven of Swords reversed. I feel it was revealed and it was a learning lesson. And you took that information and you're using it when you're dealing with other people now. Which might be why no one has made it into your energy, because they haven't passed the vetting process. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with them not passing the vetting process. It's like, okay, you didn't make it. I feel like you're doing shenanigans, or that you have the potential to do shenanigans. Let me see these three cards that came out. I'm counting them as one. Oh, yeah. So you have the Three of Pentacles, working with others. This is community energy. Also can be about recognition and contracts. Earth energy, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Source, air energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. We have the Nine of Wands, the wounded warrior, because you feel like you've been through the ringer. But also you've been setting boundaries, too. That's another reason why it's hard for people to get into your energy, because you have boundaries. And boundaries is not a bad thing. Can people overdo it with boundaries sometimes? Absolutely. However, if you're vetting people, there's nothing wrong with having boundaries before you let them pass. Again, fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And then you have the Magician, which the Magician has everything that they need. This is Mercury energy, Gemini and Virgo. And with this, you're taking everything you're learning and you're preparing to create the ideal community or the ideal relationship. The problem is, and you're wondering, like, why isn't it coming together? Because with the magician makes things come together because, again, the magician has everything they need. The reason that it's not fully coming together or there is some type of lack is because you're probably lacking direction. You're probably lacking self-acceptance and knowing that you're enough. Once you have self-acceptance and you know that you are enough as an individual and you don't guess your value, because we are all priceless in our own way. We are all priceless. Once you understand that, that will give you direction. And once you have direction, that will more than likely expedite an end to the solitude. That will bring the right people into your life, making an offer. Knight of Cups, water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. High Priestess is Pisces specific energy. Some of you could be a Pisces or dealing with one. Strength is Leo energy. But I look at this broken heart. I feel for some of you who are dealing with the broken heart. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. There was something that might have been said in the relationship that made you feel like you were less than. Or there may have been a situation where you took on all of these thoughts. It could have been a situation for some of you where the person that you're no longer with didn't even say anything in the sense of putting you down. I feel like for some of you, it was in your head already, like, oh my God, it didn't work out. It must have been something that I did. And based off of those thoughts, you just constantly beat yourself up because of this broken heart. But what I'm telling you is, you were always enough. You just had to accept it. And something just came across my mind too. In somebody's situation, one of the reasons that they could not be with you is because you couldn't see your value. They saw your value. They viewed you as priceless, but they felt that you didn't really value yourself, and I feel like they tried to encourage you, but it just didn't take. Again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. It could be flip-flopped. You could have been with someone, you wanted them to see their value, they never saw it, you decided to leave, and they're brokenhearted, you're brokenhearted, whatever. But what this goes back to is self-acceptance and being enough, is what that is. But it's all about direction. And with the Three of Wands at the bottom of one of the decks, this is letting me know something new is coming in. So, yeah. And I feel it's going to be for the long term, because 3 plus 9 equals 2. And I know some people are like, Casey, where the hell did you get that from? Take one of the wands, add it to the 9, that's 10. It starts over again. You have 2 left. 2 of Wands is about long-term planning. And I feel whoever comes into your life, whether it's for romance or whether it's for friendship, whatever, I feel this is somebody who is looking to build long-term relationships. Also, I feel that there will be a lot more value where if somebody didn't value you before, you will be like the center of attention for them. Because also 9 minus 3 is 6. 6 of Wands is about receiving attention. It can be about victory. Now, this can be where the envy comes in at, in that regard. But honestly, I feel like that envy was you, where you're like, why does everybody else have these amazing relationships and why don't I? Make it make sense. But again, all of that will pass once the frequency changes, and the frequency will change once you have direction at the heart of the matter. In that, and something also said to close this out with the 7 of Swords in the reverse, something said, for some of you, you quit lying to yourself about something. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And that is your message. KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. Until next time, everyone, be blessed.